So this past Sunday, I shared about my experience of hitting a wall of exhaustion that left me discouraged and depleted. And there's a lot I learned in that season. And one of the things that I learned coming out of that was this change in my thinking and my way of living that has completely revolutionized my life. And it's a shift that might surprise some of you, but here it is. As a result of all that, I have abandoned the pursuit of balanced living. Now, I know that sounds really weird because that's what a lot of people are running after, and the work-life balance and figuring all that out. But for me, it's always felt like if I was going to give 100% in one area of my life, that another area is going to suffer. And when I'm trying to balance out my investment of time and energy and my marriage and my relationship with my kids and work and ministry and friendships and all of that, it never seemed like I could find the balance in it all. Well, maybe you're watching and you're thinking, oh, I got that licked, I got to figure it out. And maybe you've had better experience discovering the elusive promised land of balanced living. But for me, I decided some years ago that this is the conclusion I came to. That the balanced life, this promised land of balanced living, just doesn't exist. It's like a mirage on the horizon that fools many people into running after it. But it's not real. It's not attainable. There's a passage of scripture in Jeremiah 2, verse 13, that has given me a picture of what I've come to believe about balanced living. The prophet Jeremiah says, "For my people have done two evil things. They have abandoned me, the fountain of living water, and they have dug for themselves cracked cisterns that can hold no water at all." The pursuit of balanced living is a cracked cistern that can hold no water at all, because it is dependent upon my best efforts. My best efforts to figure it all out, to balance it all out, to figure out the miraculous magic formula of balancing all of life. But if you're working with a cracked cistern, it doesn't matter how much water you pour into it. It's always being depleted. It's like the old circus act maybe you've seen where they're spinning plates, right, on these sticks, and you get them all going, and then the person just spends all their time running back and forth trying to keep those plates spinning, but eventually they start crashing to the ground because you can't keep them all going. That's the myth, the mirage of balanced living in my mind. In the context of Jeremiah 2, the prophet would just call it idolatry, trusting in something or someone other than God, trusting in ourselves. I would call it one of the most common forms of idolatry among Americans and even among those who are followers of Jesus and even Christian leaders. So if we're not going to pursue the cracked cistern of balanced living, what's the alternative? Well, I would call it overflow living, where instead of the cracked cistern, we're choosing to place our trust exclusively in God, so that God, as the fountain of living water, can well up from within us and overflow in every realm of our lives to meet the demands of life. Overflow living means that life is multiplied and integrated instead of divided and depleted. And overflow living, we're learning to just focus in and listen for God's voice. To respond with a faithful next step of surrendered trust and obedience. And whether I'm in my role as a husband or a dad or a leader or a pastor or a friend or a brother, I'm trying to do the same thing. Live out of the overflow of Christ in me in everything. And on some days, I give more to this role. On other days, I give more here. But it doesn't have to balance out, because I'm just trying to live out of the overflow of Jesus in every realm, and it simplifies my life. Jesus picks up this same theme in his teaching, and so in John 7:38, Jesus gives us this same invitation to overflow living. He says, "Believe in me so that rivers of living water will burst out from within you. I love that imagery. Burst out from within you, flowing from your innermost being. That's a picture of overflow living that I'm running after with reckless abandon. I'm going to invite you to continue to join me on this journey. I'm praying for you to experience that. I'm praying for me to experience it in my journey as well. I'm grateful to be on this journey together with you.